Hi, Commissioner. A couple of months ago, Pope Francis, if I remember correct, he visited
That's
Canada and he apologized for the sins committed by the Catholic Church against the indigenous people. What are the lessons that Sri Lankan leaders learn from this act?
Well, it's good to think of what those lessons could be. One is that I think contrition or an apology or commitment to reconciliation comes from the top. So that apology is very important, coming from the Pope himself. So that Pope Francis is the head of the Catholic Church. For him to apologize for things that were done by members of the Church in the name of the Church, I think is really important. Even if no one thought that he was directly responsible for any of this, but he's part of an organization that was. So I think that's an important part of it. I think another piece of it is that these things take time. This took a very long time for the Church to come to the realization that it needed to do this, for the indigenous people to engage or to convince the Church that it needed to do this. So I think reconciliation takes time, and that's another important piece of it, and it needs to come from the heart. So I think that those are a couple of good lessons out of that process.
Hi, Commissioner.